in our system.
Today, we're diving into a complex case that exposes the challenges faced by incarcerated parents, particularly through the story of Ronald Bierend.
And what makes this case particularly striking is how it reveals the intersection of multiple systemic failures.
Let's start with the basics. While incarcerated, Ronald was making just 10 cents an hour.
Yes, and this is crucial to understand. With that wage, there was literally no way he could meet child support obligations.
And he was told this wouldn't be an issue, right?
Exactly. He was assured the situation would reset upon his release. But then tragedy struck.
His son Antonio was only 2.5 years old.
Yes, Antonio died while Ronald was still incarcerated. And this is where the story takes an even more troubling turn.
Because then came the estate issue, right?
Right. Ronald was disqualified from receiving his son's estate money specifically because he hadn't paid child support while incarcerated.
The same child support he was told wouldn't be an issue.
Exactly. And here's what makes it even more problematic. His mail was being withheld, and his name was forged on documents.
Wait, what? His name was forged?
Yes, which prevented him from even attending court dates to defend himself regarding the estate money.
This raises serious questions about due process rights for incarcerated parents.
It absolutely does. And it's part of a larger pattern we see in the justice system.
You know, this reminds me of how advocacy has evolved over the years.
Right, and modern advocacy movements have shown us that these aren't isolated incidents.
Can you elaborate on that?
Well, grassroots activism has really changed how we view these systemic issues. It's not just about individual cases anymore.
And Ronald's case really highlights this systemic nature, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It shows how one policy, child support during incarceration, can have devastating ripple effects.
Let's talk about those ripple effects.
Well, in Ronald's case, it wasn't just about losing access to the estate money.
No.
It was about being denied the opportunity to honor his son's memory and maintain that parental connection, even after death.
That's heartbreaking.
And it raises important questions about how we treat incarcerated parents in our legal system.
You mentioned earlier about mail being withheld. Can we dig into that more?
This is actually a critical point. The withholding of mail effectively denied him his right to due process.
Because he couldn't respond to legal notices?
I'm going to take this time to talk about my home for broken voices. Because we stand at the edge of the world's loudest silence. Billions of throats open every single day, screaming into traffic, singing into shadows, whispers, secrets into pillows, lying through smiles at dinner tables. And still the truest voices go unheard. They're the ones that crack on the very first word. The ones that tremble and shake when they try to say, I'm fine. The ones that swallow the sentence whole before it ever escapes the teeth. They are the broken voices. And this is the house, this hearth, this stubborn, defiant patch of earth we dare call home for broken voices was built for them alone. Not to fix them, not to sand them down or fracture until it gleams like factory new porcelain, not to teach them to speak in the smooth, practiced cadence of morning radio hosts or TED Talk prophets. We built it to say something far more dangerous. Your crack is the door. Your tremor is the drumbeat. Your silence is a song we have been waiting lifetimes to learn. This is not a clinic for the vocally impaired. This is not a support group with watered down coffee and name tags. This is a declaration of war on every moment you were told, shut up, to speak softer, to wait your turn, to sound like someone else. We are here to burn those moments to ash and build altars from the smoke. Now, listen. Every empire in history was born from a voice that refused to stay quiet. Every revolution began with a throat too raw to speak pretty. Harriet Tubman did not sing in perfect pitch when she whispered, follow the drinking gourd through the dark. Frederick Douglass did not wait for a committee to approve his roar. The child who stutters through her first no to the hand that should have never touched her is writing scripture with her tongue. The veteran who takes screaming at 3 a.m. sheets soaked in yesterday's war is reacting to the only honest prayer left on earth. Broken does not mean defeated. Broken means the shell is finally gone, and what spills out, raw, jagged, unconditioned, uncontainable, alive, is the stuff galaxies are made of. It's the sound of stars being born in the dark. It's the sound of heart refusing to die quietly. We have seen the data. 1 in 5 people will experience a mental health crisis that silences them. 1 in 4 children will be told their voice is too much. 1 in 3 survivors of violence will lose their words entirely for years, and still the world keeps demanding clarity, confidence, charisma. We say no more. We say open the doors wide. So we do. No audition, no apologies required. You do not need to sound like a podcast host. You do not need to look like a courage on a poster. Come hoarse from screaming into pillows. Come wordless from years of being ignored. Come carrying the echo of every time you were ever told you were too loud. You're too quiet. You're too much. You're too enough. Bring the voicemail you recorded at 2 a.m. and never sent. You can even bring the suicide note you wrote and then burned in the sink. Bring the lullaby you sang to a child who will never call you back. Bring the apology you swallowed when you were the one who deserved it. Bring the laugh you faked so hard your ribs still ache. Here we do not patch the wounds with pretty words. We set wound to music. We teach the scar to dance like it's the first day of spring. We let the stutter lead the choir and the sob hold the high note. We turn the tremor into tempo, the gasp into groove, the silence into beat drop, and the whole room feels their bones. This is not therapy, this is translation. We take the language no one taught you to speak, and we make it an anthem of the room. Home for broken voices. A home for broken voices. This is not a shelter. It's not a forge. We take the shards, your shame, your rage, your unsaid letters, your unsaid truths, and we melt them down in the fire of collective witness. We hammer them into megaphones. We string them into guitars. We carve them into drumsticks. We turn the tremor into tempo, the sob into sustain, and the crack into crescendo. One day, you'll stand on a stage, or a street corner, or a kitchen table, or a cracked sidewalk outside your childhood home, and you'll open your mouth, and what comes out will not be perfect. It will not be that polished. It will not be that. It will not be what they taught you to want. It will be you, raw, unfiltered, in the world for one trembling electric second. Shut up and listen. We have seen it happen.